It's Rambam. Let us do the laws of communal prayer. Chapter 8. Communal prayer is always heard on high. You hear that? When you pray at home, or I pray at home, it's not necessarily heard on high. You have to work a lot harder. But when we pray as a community, as a tzibur, as it's called, right, in the congregation with a minyan, it's heard on high. Even when there are transgressors among the congregation, the Holy One, blessed be He, does not reject the prayers of the many. Therefore, a person should include himself in the community and should not pray alone whenever he is able to pray with the community. Now, sometimes you can, but whenever you can, it's important to daven with a minyan. One should always rise early and go to synagogue and come there in the evening, for prayer will not be heard at all times except when recited in synagogue. Anyone who has a synagogue in the city does not pray together with the congregation, and it is called a bad neighbor. It is a mitzvah to run to synagogue, as it states. Let us run to know God. A person should not take long steps when he leaves the synagogue. Instead, he should proceed slowly, step by step. In other words, that it's difficult to leave. When one enters a synagogue, he should go in the measure of 2 doorposts and then pray in order to fulfill the instructions which states to guard the post of my doors. The study hall is superior to a synagogue. Even though some of the great sages lived in cities where many synagogues were located, they would pray only in a place where they studied Torah. The above applies, however, only when one can participate in communal prayer there, right? What is implied with the term communal prayer? One person prays aloud and all the others listen. This should not be alone with fewer than 10 adult men, free males. A chazan is counted as one of them. What it means over here is repetition of the Amida, when he's referring to. Because when we speak about communal prayer, we speak of prayer, the crux of tefillah is the Shemona Esrei, is the Amida, right? That's the crux of it. Everything else is a part of the prayers, but this is the crux of it. Right? And that needs to be 10. Chazan is counted as one of them. Even if some of them have already prayed and fulfilled their obligation, they can complete a quorum of 10, provided the majority of the 10 have not prayed. Similarly, you should not recite Kedusha, right, in the repetition, read the Torah with its blessings before and after it, or read the Haftorah of the Prophet except in a quorum of 10. Similarly, one person should not recite the blessings associated with the Shema while others listen and answer Amen, except in the presence of a quorum of 10. This is called prayers al Shema. One only recites Kaddish with 10, right? The mourner's prayer. The priests do not bless the people except in the presence of a quorum of 10. The priests themselves may be considered a part of the quorum. 10 are required because every group of 10 Jews is called the congregation, as implied by the verse. How long must I suffer with this evil congregation? They were 10, for Joshua and Caleb were not included among them. That's how we know the concept of 10, because it says congregation, and they were evil. They were 10, right? Spies and from there that's how we also know that, it's not just the righteous that you have amongst your congregation. Any holy matter may only be performed in a congregation of Jews, as it states, and I shall be sanctified among the children of Israel regarding all these matters. If they were begun with 10 people and some leave, even though they were not permitted to, the remainder should conclude the holy matter. All 10 members of the congregation and the chazan must be in one place. The following rules apply when a small courtyard opens up in its entirety into a large courtyard. If there are 9 people in the large one and 1 in the small one, they may be considered as one group for the quorum of 10. If there are 9 people in the small one and 1 in the large one, they're not considered as one group. If the congregation is in a large one, but the chazan is in a small one, they fulfilled their obligation. If the congregation is a small one, but the chazan isn't a large one, they did not fulfill the obligation since they are separate from them and not with them in one place. Motivating principle is that the walls of each side of the large courtyard are separated from the small one. However, the smaller one is not separated from the large one, but is considered as its corner. So the small is nullified to the big, not the big to the small. So you've got to have in the lesser and the small that can be nullified to the big, right? And unfortunately, I have to stop here.